I think this is the first time that Lngshot is getting sent a protest truck, but if it isn't, it is still the first time I'm seeing a protest truck for them. Usually when there is a message like this on protest trucks, it's because a member is leaving or being mistreated, but in Lngshot's situation, it's because their fans believe that their CEO Jay Park is trying to insert himself into the group and become the fifth member. Let's start from the beginning. Jay Park introduced Lngshot last year through a picture which went viral for how controversial it seemed. I mean, the boys had middle fingers up, they were sagging, they had messy hair, and he was in the picture with them. Everyone was convinced that they were culture vultures and they were sure that their music was going to be a rip-off of black music. I believe Saucin was their pre-debut single, and when they released it people had mixed reactions. On one hand, some people thought the song was really a rip-off of black music, and on the other people liked Jay Park's appearance in the music video, seemingly mocking stereotypical K-pop CEOs and the ridiculous rules that they set for idols. However, when they eventually debuted with their EP Shotcallers, things changed after Moonwalking because it was not the kind of song people expected them to make. It went even more viral because everyone agreed that Riel's voice sounded like younger Justin Bieber, and everyone was obsessed with that, so it seemed like they were up to a good start with a successful debut like that. I'm not sure when the problems started exactly, but I know that Jay Park was taking them everywhere and it was wholesome at first. Everyone was calling him their dad and they were happy that they were not going the traditional K-pop way. However, when it seemed like he was really going everywhere with them, even fan meetings, and eventually announcing the mixtape they made together, fans exploded. They were really mad that he wasn't letting them enjoy their debut success. A lot of people agreed that their next comeback after such a successful debut should be them alone and not a collaboration, especially not with the CEO of their company, but I think it really escalated because he was in the photocards with them, which is really wild. I understand that it's because he is in the mixtape with them, but I don't think there has been a time when people added photos of another artist in their albums just because they collaborated and he is their CEO. I can't imagine buying Illit photocards and seeing Bang PD in it. I'll probably cry. Anyways, I believe all fans and non-fans finally explode for real when he recently announced his last tour and said that Lngshot will be touring with him, which I agree seemed a little weird. Fans argued that they are in their first year and even if they want to tour, it should be their own tour. They shouldn't be going with him because they believe Jay Park is trying to use them to sell out his tour. Everyone believed that he is wasting their potential, and of course Jay Park clapped back because remember, he isn't a stereotypical K-pop CEO that would apologize for doing nothing. Jay Park actually replied to as many critics he could, and it's actually kind of funny because I believe that being in the industry this long he should be able to tell when he is being rage-baited. Anyways, he said a lot of things, but the one that annoyed people most is when he said something like he gave Lngshot their career and they wouldn't be anything without him, which isn't a lie if we are being real, but I don't think he should be talking down on and disrespecting the kids in public like that, especially as their CEO. It is giving permission to their people to do the same thing to them, and K-pop fans already don't respect idols. There is also talk that he usually gets drunk and goes to their dorms. I don't know how true that is, so I cannot talk about it. Here's what I think about the whole situation. Fans are right to call him out for trying to become the fifth member of Lngshot because that is really what it looks like. Some pictures of them can actually pass as a 5-member boy group, and I don't think anyone wants to see any group continuously perform with their CEO. However, I also understand Jay Park's strategy. He said from the beginning that they are not taking the traditional K-pop route, and a rookie group being the opening act for a famous artist isn't exactly something strange that hasn't happened before, and this is definitely going to give Lngshot a lot of exposure. Jay Park just needs to remember that he is a CEO and he is responsible for those kids, so he needs to stop replying and reacting to each and every criticism on the internet because they are going to keep coming. Those people are anonymous, but he is public and people are going to remember everything he says and may one day or even immediately use it against him or the boys. Anyways, what do you think about this situation? Do you think going on tour with Jay Park is bad for Lngshot at this stage of their career? Let me know in the comments. Bye.